Fancy ma yenche tifo ni eme tifo akwa aba famra won't me sports we na no pay. Na eme se wiase aye wumi o bibia ne mre. Ana mre kro na ebeba ne be kire kwan obefa so a obe handle the kind of situation you find yourself in. The UEFA Champions League will always provide the platform for such lessons. A subo a yaw a douse womb, and I told the visual frustrations I can see any womb. Inti say utie the Champions League song now. Ebe catch us say the great teams, the masters. Fancy moment play a massive role in every single thing that happens in the UEFA Champions League, especially when it gets to the knockout stages. I believe in one thing, say Barcelona lost the tie yesterday through extra time. But fancy, they've earned their respect again in Europe.
Barcelona lose tie.
Barcelona lost the tie. Enra.
Okay.
But they've earned their respect in Europe.
Okay.
Again. Sure. After the 2019 at Liverpool, mo corner taking quickly no meboa.
How many Liverpool no?
There was a downhill for FC Barcelona. For the league in the fancy within the space of that time no crowd Xavi Hernandez by BG League maybe. But for European competitions, and I said it some time ago, say Barcelona group stage you can not qualify from the Champions League. They started the group phase like this. I'm saying there be Barcelona team way. Me won is so much qualify for the Champions League knockout stage. I'm not for be say Debbie. I'm say Debbie team no enyang been through baby me who is so more money or more group in moment qualify. I think that group they had Bayern Munich in 10 now. They call Europa no. Benfica. And if you come for so struggle you want to me fan qualify fan. It e hono ebona na e wo ma Barcelona na etiba form. Etiba form sa eba form. Ana mo ko Europa League no be any say Europa League no mo na beje. Ana Eintracht Frankfurt.
Yeah.
Ekoyi omo film na Frankfurt koje the Europa League need free Rangers in them.
Sabono na Juan Laporta say omasua sebi nyansen frima there say Frankfurt for no be to take it as Barcelona fans.
To take it as Barcelona fans.
Hono monju kono na omo supporters
in ye de pa bebre wom e de fra. The following season Barcelona who almost self again in European competition. Anu so ko si say omo boy an knockout stages ani say yo mafi no mo saba Europa League and na Manchester United ne Eric ten Hag e yo mo free mu no. So the disrespect was there. So once a club since 1992 eba be remu 2004 2005 2006 fancy the upliftment of Barcelona always saw them in the Champions League one year they crown in the semis and a quarter final. But also to say who every single club will go through this phase. But the most important aspect kwan obefa so abesa apagya omudi ayede e diaba fancy hwesa nyomo wo makomu nyina achi ana Xavi DJ team no woko omoko fa Hansi Flick by none of us here and the esusu huniye se Barcelona ebetimi adu this level.
Yes,
fighting for 3 trophies. Oma di project nanim kan kora. Barcelona are far ahead. Oma double almost steps with the project they are doing. Because now no Oma ba be jinam pempen so be the standard they set for themselves and they can't look back again.
Davi.
And first no could be about Barca where they say for the last 4 to 5 years. Say where they are for. Barca the SMS new Honma F. But now they've gained the respect to a certain extent to say this year no kwano Oma 8 comebacks within games. Champions League the year do say because who Bayern Munich dia omo yeti a omo ye hu Inter Milan krampo hu Benfica Inter Milan see 2 times menya sure say this season Inter bo Roma Inter bo AC
Inter more game it is
Inter more game it is say iti team ana ebrebi atwam 4 years ago ana yetete omo ana amount for sere omo de omo sa chechero omo so they've gained the respect of Europe and Enra and this stamp is used to say pine. This is the beginning of the comeback of Barcelona, just like Inigo Martinez This is the beginning of Barcelona's comeback. Meaning Inigo Martinez yeah dream this is the beginning. Sure? Abrabo bona do baby a your point be on ma udru a e wo se bibi timi bow
balance na ba
a bow na wo yem show na ode ye futu enye se ode to fom na unsan sori bi mo ode ye futu
run to me
ana you stage bi so a udru a emu ya de ma ode ba a stage a it prepares you for what lies ahead for the next thing I'll be facing in life. Inti obetimi akọ inti the national service aye ni nyina no obefili se bia useless but Abai wants to prepare you for the outside world because ebia oni baby abakonya adwuma abakoye iti edoko bale bomboy a maybe the next contract you get na nya bale bomboy maybe a baby bupe but because what na bale bomboy timi asua brabo na ye ne eho ya ho na wo fa mu ni nyina you wouldn't repeat the same mistakes, you do better. Iti Champions League competition edu stage bia bibi be miawo ebe few ebe kawa ma ya obi atiesu so you cry ya obi so team bia nyane de Man City de eba I think one semi final be against Madrid Bernabeu de no
na Chelsea so mo bi
Chelsea so brave pa before 2012
Chelsea City in the final.
Chelsea City in the final. And Chelsea so brave pa before the 2012 no. It is a bit fell, a bit cow, but it makes you matured. We a young team. Fancy. They will find the omofa wenye it was something a bit boost your morale. It will take you to a different level. Now, going to set games, your mentality will change, and you might be out here in the sun rain, and you might be brave as and your market to every Inter Milan DBT. Okay? And your mommy, you see what game with them chaos and control. Chaos and control. The control only happened in the first half and the second half. Inter control first half. Barca control second half. Chaos the whole of the extra time.
Okay.
Shadow Bema me first half now. Yen shadi bi kakana me dey see quick. Na omaba so then we come to the Arsenal PSG game.
You be we Enra game na
Sunday. Enra game then we come to the PSG.
Paris Saint-Germain Arsenal.
Inter Milan ebo fie. Now they wanted to be aggressive in their press. Now you look on our screens. Barella any Mkhitaryan Hakan Çalhanoğlu ne omo midfield 3. But shebebi a Barella a press ya kwa kodru. Kubasi, Inigo Martinez, Gerard Martin. So Barcelona is building up to say the PSG, yeah. Liverpool near Arsenal.
Yeah.
It omu de omu nyina kwa kogu left. Then no maija Garcia as the free man. Then so omu bone bedi Garcia ho then Yamal will be isolated with Di Marco 1v1. And also the na make kawase so be no ho adwuma efo.
Yeah, okay.
But in this instance, so omu ko bia na bone kodi Garcia ho no ma, Mkhitaryan no be cover. Then there is Bastoni who also steps up. It is a 3v2 winning Mkhitaryan, Bastoni, Di Marco against Garcia and Yamal. It will move for Bonnemba. It will be Kaya. I think the first goal, one of the balls, Di Marco pressing Garcia. Ejebonu if you want man Ole. I think that was the first goal. Or pressing Garcia now, nya ball now, or the man.
Not born a ban.
Not born a back Garcia ho.
Marco.
Ana Di Marco no step up. Ana the two pass in the coin. Exhibit number 2. Apart from the high pressing, Inter Milan were very intelligent in their shape. Now this is their shape when they are not on the ball. Now Barcelona mistake come here in the first half near say Dani Olmo, Ferran Torres, Rafinha no more centralized. But Uja Garcia and Yamal against Mkhitaryan, Bastoni, Di Marco 3v say. 2. It ya hase no Garcia no runs no. On say Kunde makes intelligent runs. Garcia onye naturally a right back. Kunde master the right back, so he knows how to move the spaces to occupy. Say the baby to me free Yamal. But I don't know Garcia ya no. They be a Garcia ya elevate Yamal to 2 players.
Still no firm.
But we on say obebu first one, obebu second one, no about to third one or Hobaston. Exhibit number 3. Interland shape of the ball. But I'll tell you how Barcelona changed the second half and got control. Exhibit number 3. The same thing is happening here. Share how many players? Mkhitaryan, Bastoni, Di Marco, 3v2. Unless Yama no kwa can't no be asat na boso. He baby a omujina. Na her Rafinha na her Torres centralized. Difficult. Exhibit number 4. Iti Emma Barcelona for na as a nipa no beso bobo on the father solo. Omu nya ye with the spaces no betimi exploit it because they are overloaded and they are overcrowded. And omu decided said then say right name far yemfa nko left no mo de beba no so the same thing omu ye omu Mkhitaryan, Çalhanoğlu, Rafinha, but Di Marco consistently share the gap between Di Marco and Yamal. Man a chance of cry. Share born or right to left as you, but space no Yamal. Space near keep too heavy. But Hadia Hansi Flick, yeah. So in the second half, exhibit number 1, Shadrach, a ho and whatever Hansi Flick did. Shadia, also make Casana than your own Winifred Torres, no me centralized. The first step he did was Garcia Bono, or man Karim Fan Coaching Bibre. Because the core move be and decision making any movement hard. It remember than the Omo Abeka creating 3v3. You created 3v3, I am an Bastoni near other boys in Inana. Now who didn't know so. And I am fight Omo and drag it Bastoni. And I say Di Marco out of position. So on the screen, this is the second half. Omo way. Waba more of the left just to overload. No what 3 center backs in Doma Ede and Doma P. And this first half now, they were more centralized. Number 2, what he did was or the Frankie de Jong ebe center back. It will may exhibit 2 now. Frankie de Jong Ejina Chironu Kubasi. Inigo Martinez in the body. It automatically almost about 3 back. So almost 3 back near de Jong.
Or pushing more forward.
Because of a sort of take and a kind of person he needs to create overloads. Oh baby, oh did 2 years say interland weakness, which is the left hand part, the Marco side. Danfrey side on a wedding. Because Bisek or pace. The wedding. Danfrey Susu pace. The wedding. It's a hammer and on between the bonafa. Create something through Lamine Yamal. It will be Kubasi, De Jong, Martinez as a 3 back. It's a 3v2 against Marcus Thuram and Lautaro Martinez. But behind them, Tokro Kasiebi Dao, a ho, and the magician, no yeah, Juma, a wine, Pedri. It's Barcelona in this instance will go with a 3-2-3-2 build up, but any static. On the left hand side, or Garcia, or Omo. Maybe Omo actually Bastoni in the Fraba. The only thing Barcelona wanted to do was to isolate Di Marco and Yamal in 1v1 most of the time. First half they failed. Second half they changed in structure and the doubling up and overcrowding the place. You know, a boy, a man, by chaos. Nature say you call extra time. No, it's about transitions. I want to get that is create anything out of anything. Ebi, I'm in Tamland here getting to the end of the game. Nankasa Omudinya equalizer no. This is your teams baby Mayebi. Van Dijk in Liverpool, Maguire in United.
Yeah.
Even Real Madrid does the same thing with Antonio Rudiger. No, they're not going 9. You bobo never you say yes, because you believe it as a centre back, no area presence. You can do with a lot of things. But fancy, this game, first half, second half of statics, the extra time was chaos. And whoever does well, I'll bet him try well on the chaos will get away. But I'm telling Barcelona fans, Mama Bamumbu, I'm saying it again. This is the beginning of the comeback of Barcelona.
Whoa, may I say, Mike.
Yeah, one particular gamer, the return leg, you know, I'm a mixed feelings. Mixed feelings, and I'm a different reasoning around this particular game when it comes to the return leg, especially Abra score line here 1-0 going into the return leg. Asna bre pa because untimi qualify for one Champions League final na unko lose na de aka nyina tete so abobo so abobaba besi samre ko untimi nya bi mrem
be so mo break crash say
the European final munya akonya ko real
also be atom say share the busu for that
and the European final muko real na the Europa League at Chelsea show but the Europa League
but that boys when so munsu e final
omunya nsu but you see well Anna most of the time no Fancy it's about the whole club in this particular discussion anything na mebobo din no say City esu meboa Chelsea su
yes
so omo ball 2008 na nyado do na be ball 2012 no what I say it club na su
I join Terry mu nyina wo
what I say so it makes you understand say football has a funny way of say obetwia wo ka bre o de wo ka hwe ma men kan fan kire football wo hui we yet danya one day either so be the football can as a football ba be do ka den so one day mu ba ko betwia and as a football betwia wo ka
na Barca phone soon referee no
what I say then one day football betwia wo ka and as you have to pay football and in context with this particular discussion of Paris Saint-Germain fancy Paris Saint-Germain about semi-final last season Paris Saint-Germain ko board the final of the Champions League Elusuti FC Bayern Munich. Now this is a coach onim de oye because you ka treble now why dey.
What you be?
And in 2014-2015 now the Barcelona dey treble no. Osa de mo dominated by the club World Cup na dadi nyina to so our experience. Or any ba ko a football asaman second opportunity to revive himself. Ba ko ye Hansi Flick.
Yeah.
Because Okofom after Germany national team ni bibia now football man the second opportunity and now why any the respect
yes
now Luis Enrique after Barcelona adwuma na okofa Roma Musa akọ ne nam yekofa Spain national team ni sa akọ no now Paris Saint-Germain na asa man animunyam no because ke league ne nko ade a ke nyina ayete anu say Paris Saint-Germain the French league and nobody cares because in terms of finances in terms of quality players bibia omo bro every single team with the French league and so but baby obi aka asem ni na na say project na omo ye no and the UAE abeje Champions League no katebre but you can nipa no mutimi is kadito player kese pa na e kata for more time 222 million euros e ko to La Liga office see player mo fa ne mai and the France one mo bo mo ho asafo hene but almost three and myself when I catch was a Momuti and I'm local champions. Yeah, no Chromo was in the Champions League. There's a lot at stake in me, but two things are giving me the mixed feelings because me, I've already said time and time again, say PSG remains the favorite in this tie. But there's a sense of reasoning here. Fancy, am I reasoning here? Could be, for example, number one. Arsenal and Real Madrid. The last time Arsenal and Real Madrid they played in the Champions League final. Anamaka said the last 4 seasons to 5 seasons. Obi away Madrid be Arsenal Madrid in the Champions League and obi ni be aqua final.
Yes.
Run to me 101.
Number 2, this season. O check it away games Arsenal boy. Atlanta goalless. Inter Milan send 1-0. Okwa away ko share Sporting CP by 5-1.
Now Morima free all.
Now Morima free all.
Yeah.
Or say PSV and Hoven 7-1. Okobo draw ba kubi susu away. It is check Arsenal in the Champions League this season now. They've only lost one away game. That was against Inter Milan. Eventually, Inter Milan will lose 1-0 Tiano. No Barca crack or Henra. On any train so and Inter Milan has a room. Oh, the final of the Champions League. Or sa kwa away ko Santiago Bernabeu ko share Real Madrid by 2-1. Fancy stage fright and they always say to me Arsenal and then because untimi mbo San Siro enko bo Santiago Bernabeu enko Portugal enko bo Ntia Sport away now atmosphere we nyina Atlanta Italy oba o state fright acho e the French Paris Saint-Germain home it will popo and the third thing is Paris Saint-Germain bottling no in the Champions League issue petit ba kwa bottle lead kese pa Paris Saint-Germain kan wi one day no so any resource a convincing resource despite say PSG ball no man bono a solid and they look the favorites for tonight. Okay. Fancy, this is a game I'll pick it at 50-50. Arsenal will score a goal, PSG will score. But me the best one no.
Obi a shegori and said PSG never does so.
because fancy. Once a Champions League, about Fibiana or one particular game.
So Obi a share one goal there. It means a 2-1 aggregate.
What I say, a 2-1 aggregate. And more or less, no, Arsenal could literally win the game maybe a 2-1, not the extra time. The Paris Saint-Germain will qualify.
So Arsenal bet me na.
No extra time. And I a penalty shootout. Now Arsenal have qualify. But I mean, I stand in between me kind of natural fancy. This game and the reasoning behind it. PSG will always remain a favorite in the future, but I'll still stand at 50-50 between the two sides. Arsenal will go all out. The difference in the Thomas Partey, what he brings to the table. But Luis Enrique, experience as he is, quality players that they have. Let's see what PSG also has in store for us tonight.
Okay, Mike.